Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Idiots Reading Comics. This week's episode 97, Adora in the Distance. As always, thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Go tell your friends, your family, anyone that likes comics or wants to read any comics and then listen to two idiots talk about it. Go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you find us. And as always, let's get into it.
And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's David Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics. And today we're reading
Adora in the Distance.
I gotta get Dora the Explorer. Adora in the Distance. Written by someone I like listening to on the internet, Mark Bernardin.
Yeah.
And some other people I don't know.
So we'll get into that. As like Thomas said, writer is Mark Bernardin, artist Ariella Cristantina, colors Brian Valenza, and letters and designs Bernardo Bryce.
Yes. Mark Bernardin, like I said, one of my favorite internet personalities. I mostly watch him through his podcast with Kevin Smith called Fat Man Beyond. It used to be called Fat Man on Batman. I guess they weren't allowed to do that one anymore.
Copyright, man.
Yeah, but I thought they were cool with DC, but apparently not. He has also written TV, other comic books, and was like on Entertainment Weekly for like 5 or 7 years.
Oh, wow.
I think he wrote on Castle Rock, and I think they have a Marvel something. He's either like on the, I don't know if he's like the sole writer or if he's on like a group writer or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But he is not allowed to talk about it. So
he's not allowed to talk about it.
Dude, apparently like that's like half of the time stuff they talk about on like when they're opening banter for Fat Man Beyond is in Hollywood, like you're not allowed to talk about it until they announce it. So you can be working on something for 10 years and not be able to tell anybody. Like
until the group that's funding this says it's go. Then
until they either says, "Hey, we're not doing this," until they're like, "Hey, we just put out the trailer, so you can talk about certain stuff."
I wonder, like, with Tom and Bert. Bert's got his movie coming out. You know how all he ever says is just, "Yeah, we filmed it."
Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, also it's like we know what it's already about.
Well, yeah, that too. But even when like he talks about it, he doesn't talk about it.
Yeah, and then like I mean Hollywood's bad about that, and they're like he talked about it on Two Bears where he was like, I feel like y'all are spending all this money on TV ads and stuff like that. I feel like, I mean, it's mostly going to be my audience to come see this.
Yeah.
Why don't I just put it out on Instagram to save us a bunch of money?
Yeah, why would you not just post this on like Two Bears?
And they're like, well, we don't know the one. I think they said they don't know the exact date and stuff like that. When it was like, even when I think they locked down a date, they're like, no, you can't announce it yet. It's just like, why? And
like it's my shit. Like my folks, my people are gonna come watch it.
Nope,
well,
he sold the rights to that story. So.
He sold that out.
I mean, I don't know. Someone he said it multiple times over the past couple of weeks that someone bought the right after that Rolling Stone article that basically led to Van Wilder.
Oh, that's right.
Someone bought the story to his life or whatever. I don't know. But,
so does that mean when he tells that story on stage that whoever bought those rights gets part of his
I don't know
earnings?
I would imagine it's like up to a certain point. So I don't know.
Wow.
I would hope he wouldn't sign that crazy of a deal. But
I don't know. He's pretty crazy.
But if I was a college kid, I don't know. But yeah, apparently NDAs are out, basically out the ass in Hollywood. So, but I think he's either working on or currently working on something for Marvel, and he gets a lot of shit for not liking movies that everybody else does. But it's like,
and we are talking about Mark
Bernard, not Bert. But he'll also make good points to back up. Like I remember he brought up some points about the Batman, and people were not happy about it. And it's like, if you actually listen to him and don't be an idiot on the internet, he has some good points about how this movie has some flaws, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything's got flaws. Everything's got problems.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Batman yet. But.
Yeah, at this point,
I'm just gonna wait for it to come out on HBO Max.
yeah, because I mean, at the time of this coming out, it's already on there.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, no. I very much enjoy listening to him on that show. He talked about this when it got announced for comixology original, and then I guess it did well enough that it got dark. They have a partnership with Dark Horse. I think if it sells well, Dark Horse will put out the trade or whatever. So, which I think this was purely just a graphic novel rather than a series, though. So,
it definitely felt more.
it definitely read like that.
Yeah.
But, it was about his. All right, you got me. I yawned first, but no. I remember him saying it was about his daughter with autism. No, I didn't think. He said it was what he imagined his daughter was thinking about whenever she would just be staring off into the distance and then laugh to herself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I had heard that. I knew that going in. No, I didn't know the ending was going to be literally that. But
now, and you had told me that, and whenever we decided to read this, and I'd forgotten it reading it. And so the whole time, again, I was kind of sitting there like with the girl that had the dragons, or not the fight, the one you cried at that I didn't cry about.
Shit.
She's got a
I Kill Giants.
I Kill Giants.
Yeah.
So I was reading it a lot like I read I Kill Giants, and it was like I was like, all right, where's the punchline? Like, not the punchline, but when's
everything gonna when's the pin gonna drop?
Yeah, and
I guess that was when
then they dropped the pin in this one. I'm like, oh,
did you tear up?
Yeah, this one. This one I had a little.
I didn't tear
I had
up
a little more gut punch to this one.
When it went to her, like, I guess at the doctor's office where they or teacher's thing where they evaluate. I guess I didn't know that, like, for some people who are autistic, for like the first 5 or 6 years, or heck maybe forever, they just they call them nonverbal autism.
Yeah,
or they just don't talk at all.
Yeah,
and I guess that's what she was, or his daughter was, but I didn't know that. What punched me in the gut is where after the actual comic book stops and he does the afterword or whatever.
Yeah.
And he talks about his experience. He's like, I never wanted to write about autism, but someone said, hey, maybe you should do it this way. And he thought it was a good idea. And basically, I wonder what my daughter thinks about when she's staring into space and then randomly starts laughing or crying and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that hit me in the gut. But apparently all those side characters or whatever that helped her on her adventure was because she I think the daughter, when the book came out, was 18, and so she was a little bit younger than us, but all the characters that were side characters were named after Wiggles and then some other kid show that was popular when we were kids.
Okay.
But Greg was Gregory.
Gregor.
And then
Antonio
was Anthony. I don't know the names of the Wiggles, but
then you had Jafar. Murray
was Jeff. And then Murray was Murray.
Okay, and then Elmore
was Elmo. Yeah,
and then Esperanza. That was her handmaiden.
Yeah, I don't think that he listed that one.
Okay,
but it was they were all named after because she would say them as how they were in the book instead of whatever.
That
but it was
that hurts more.
Yeah,
damn.
Because she loved Elmo and fucking the Wiggles, apparently, and so those are all her friends.
Because. And you could, and at the end, we was talking about, you could when the comic ended and they were in the therapy, I would imagine what it would be. And he says, when she's learned enough or she has advanced to where she understands what she learned, or it seems to be that she understands that what she was imagining isn't real.
Yeah.
And she's lost her smile. She doesn't
smile. Yeah, that does hurt.
It's like she now understands. She understands enough now that what she was imagining wasn't real.
Yeah.
That now there's no she lost some joy.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you want to keep them in that, but at the same time you still
if they're
want
going
them
to be able to function on their own.
You want them to be functional in society.
Yeah.
To the point that they're not bedridden and can have their own way of life, their own happiness and stuff.
And I think he even pointed out in the afterward thing again. He was like, autism is such a weird thing because it's literally is a spectrum. You could have people who are slightly autistic go on to do successful things, or even just live a life on their own where they can be a functioning normal person, or not normal, but be a functioning person and live on their own and stuff. Or you got people who literally need assistance for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And that would just blow my mind. Like I couldn't.
It's definitely
like I've already been on the bandwagon of never having kids, and like I can't imagine having to.
It's definitely a terrifying thought that, like, and it seems like it's getting worse. Which again, it's not that it's getting worse. It's just the world is finally acknowledging that this isn't a new thing.
Yeah,
like, this has always happened.
Kids aren't just crazy anymore. People aren't just crazy anymore. We're figuring out, that's actually a symptom, and they're not the only people like this.
Right. And maybe we don't just throw them in a corner and tell them to shut up when they act out. Maybe it's something wrong.
Yeah.
And now there's coddling and babying a kid to the point that they're going to have issues. And then there is true issues.
Yeah.
And the true issues is things that you may not ever get to fix.
Mm-hmm. I remember, if anyone follows football, Bill O'Brien, he was a longtime Patriots assistant, then a Penn State head coach, and then head coach of the Texans. And then now I think he's a Bama assistant, isn't he? Mm-hmm. I remember he was on Hard Knocks one year, and he was one of those guys I like to hate. He was just always such a big asshole. And then, like, on Hard Knocks, they showed he has a special needs child, or like a kid that's permanently in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck. I'd be an asshole.
Like
it's like, I'd be an asshole too. Like, fuck this shit. but no, it's just
this story was good. And again,
and
it's
sped through it, which I was just like,
it was very quick. I mean, it was like 100.
Yeah, it was only like
total pages. Yeah. It was very quick.
It was good. It was, again, like I said, I think it was way more YA than I thought.
Yes.
And when you think about my limited experiences with autistic people, it makes sense that they couldn't just sit in like one place and examine like different scenarios and stuff like that. But
and him writing it, there was about when they started to go underground, then they got in the river, then they were on this.
I mean, you just never stop.
Like things just happened. I'm like, and again, when I was reading, I was like, whoa, what's happening here? And then I get to the end, I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
is they can never. He imagines it as his child can't ever focus on anything.
Oh yeah,
it's always something different, something new, something.
They don't really slow down until they get to that island in the middle of a volcano or whatever.
Right.
And the distance, like calling it the distance, and it was like something that comes, and I guess that's what is when she figured out that this was all not real, and then the distance takes worlds.
Yeah,
completely makes sense as soon as you get to that therapy office or whatever.
Because and then that's when that whole she's lost her smile is because the distance, like you said, has taken it away from her, taken away that world from her.
Oh yeah, but very much worth reading if you didn't read it before we talked about it. Go support creator I like. And then on a brighter note, we can go ahead and get into our segment. I guess it's just a good ass night draft.
That's right. So I've got a few questions.
Okay.
What is our good ass night? Are we each gonna have our own thing? Like
you can pick. Like
you might go to a baseball park. I might go to a football game, then a movie or something. But are we talking about drunk ass bar night at the house?
Whatever you define as a good ass night.
All right.
And I guess since you went first for the football thing, I'm gonna go first now. First off, my good ass night. I'm gonna say we're just going out and grabbing drinks amongst friends.
Yeah, it can be kind of make your
not like a club, but or definitely not a club. I'm not a club guy anymore, but more of like a sit down bar. I prefer breweries and stuff like that, but when you get the characters I'm about to get, it's definitely gonna be just a regular bar. But we're each picking 4, and so for my night out drinking with friends, and my first pick is probably going to dictate. It's probably some dirty, grungy bar in England, because with my first overall pick, I'm going John Constantine.
John, nice.
Now, amazing stories. a little risk of danger, or probably like a big risk of danger. Some crazy magical stuff is going to happen, but he usually gets everybody out alive. So
Yeah.
John Constantine.
So my good ass night is going to be more of going to a football game,
Okay.
get fucking fucked up at the game,
Okay.
and so there's going to be some maybe some brawling. Everybody's going to be screaming at each other, hot from the game. I'm taking Wolverine. He's going to be sitting there. He's going to drink till
He just seems mad all the time.
Yeah.
Because I thought Wolverine, I was like, he's always in a bar, but he just seems mad all the time. So.
But I would imagine like he would be so diehard to a team that if somebody against like say he's a Patriots fan and whoever the Patriots rival is,
He's from Canada, so
oh, okay, hockey team,
maybe
Canadian, the Maple Leafs,
sure,
isn't that a hockey team?
Yeah, it is a hockey team.
That he's gonna get so hot that like he'll get up and try to fight somebody, and it just.
So you want to get in a fight? On
I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of seems like something that happened.
Okay. My next pick. You definitely have to have a money guy in the group, and so that leaves you Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark. And personally, I think Tony Stark's gonna be a lot more fun, so I'm going Tony Stark, Iron Man.
All right.
John Constantine can get us out of the magical part, and Tony Stark can be a playboy, get us in way cooler places than we think we might be able to get into.
Yeah, that is true.
And cover the bill if something fucked up happens. So
that's a good point.
Going Tony Stark.
That's a good point. Well, I'm going to go kind of the more to keep Wolverine and the situation more under control is I'm going with Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But we're talking about the money part.
Can Peter hang?
Huh?
Can Peter hang? I've never seen him drink.
I don't know. It's going to kind of be maybe he's the sober one. Maybe he's our DD for the night that kind of keeps us on our
I don't know
on
if his
a
webs
good
can
path.
hold everybody.
But yeah, so I'm going to go with the older Peter Parker, the one that's got money, Peter Parker. So that'll take care of my money.
Well, that's Doc Ock.
Oh, so he.
I don't think you want him.
Okay, we'll just go with Peter. Just legal age Peter Parker.
Okay, gotcha. I don't think you're gonna take my fourth pick. So obviously you don't want a sausage fest.
That's true.
And so it came down to two women for me. And it was gonna be Harley Quinn was my first thought. It's gonna have awesome stories, but you also have the threat of the Joker coming up or coming any moment.
You've already got enough threats coming with
and
Constantine.
she's crazy, so she might get you into more trouble. So honestly, you just want someone who can hang with the guys and handle herself. So I'm going Black Canary.
Oh, okay.
Can hang with the guys. I mean, she hangs out with Green Arrow all the time.
That is true.
And she's all like no power base wise. She's one of the best fighters in the DC universe. She can handle herself and probably protect me when it comes down to it. So we're going Black Canary.
All right. So, I don't have any money, so it's more going to be a back. I'm going to go more with we leave the game, and we're going to more just kind of back alley drinking, and like not back alley, but like more of just like your pub, like your cheap, just get some cheap ass beer kind of shit. Who?
Did you not have a list?
I did, but let's see. I think I'm gonna have to throw the Flash in there.
Just because you like him.
Yeah, I just like him, but I kind of want to just kind of have him.
Which one though? Because Barry Allen's a married guy.
No, I'm gonna have to go Wally.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go Wally West on this one because he'll keep it. He's still gonna be a kid-ish, still legal age, of course, but he's gonna be the one up on the damn bar drinking everything because he has to drink everything to get drunk.
Yeah,
which is going to be a show.
He's got to bring his own special beer that gets him drunk.
Yeah, so it's going to be a show. It's going to be a party. Okay. And so, yeah, Wally West.
All right. And for my last pick, it can't be those three badasses and then me be the only goofball. And so I have to bring another goofball with me to hang out just in case they realize how big a loser I am. So I'm going specifically Paul Rudd Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
Because me and Paul Rudd, because I mean, you see him in the movies, he geeks out whenever he sees Captain America and all this other stuff.
That's very true.
I'm bringing Paul Rudd Ant-Man because he doesn't realize how cool he is in his own right, and me and him can just be the goofballs.
Yeah, and kind of Peter Parker for me is just he's going to be a nerd. He's going to be kind of quiet to start, but get a few drinks in him, maybe he goes wild. Again, so to cut my sausage fest, I'm going to bring in Leia Organa. I'm going to do the little Star
Leia?
Wars. Yeah, Princess Leia. She's going to be the diplomat, kind of. Now, she can also get us into wherever because she's got her own money.
Yeah.
And
I'll say you got
and she's carrying the damn princess title around, too.
Yeah, I'll say.
So that wraps up our lists. And some very different takes on a good night out.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't take near as long as I thought it would, but we hit our 20 minutes. So there's 5 episodes this month, and we got 1 day to do it, so don't hate on us. Nah. But yeah, good ass night. I got John Constantine, Tony Stark, Black Canary, and Paul Rudd Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And we're just going wherever the night takes us.
Yeah, and it's most definitely. And again, mine's going to be myself, Wolverine, Peter Parker, Wally West, and Leia Organa.
All right. Well, next week we've got Saga.
Volume 7.
Never misses. But we'll see you then. All right. Bye.